information out of Grant County tonight. A man has died after he was hurt in a crash in Potosi last weekend. Officials say 22-year-old Cameron Schaefer was riding his motorcycle when he and his passenger were hit by a truck that did not stop at a stop sign. This happened last Saturday. Both were seriously hurt and brought to the hospital, where Schaefer died earlier this morning. Officials did not say how the passenger is doing, but neither were wearing helmets. No one was hurt in the truck. We know that there was another crash that occurred in that same intersection the day before that also led to another death of a motorcyclist.